my question was really about our emotional regulation. So like when you're overly avoiding a particular emotional state or overly focusing on a particular emotional state, or you're in it rather than observing it, you can be quite dysregulated. And I think a lot of what you said already answered some of this with the filtering process and acceptance. But I wondered if you had any more wisdom to that. And I wondered if you had any posture tips, which is a slightly less important question maybe. But I would like to sit for longer. And I've tried all kinds of positions and my legs are always dead. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good question. So 2 questions. The first one, we usually let emotions consume us and become victim of our own emotions. And then there's actually not focusing on emotion. We actually become sort of a victim of our own emotions. So every emotions need to flow, because that's essentially the word is in motion, which means it is movement. So as long as you're still part of that movement, you are still being consumed by the emotion. So which means in that movement, you have to be still. Whenever you are still, that movement slowly turns until it ran out, until it no longer has an effect with you. But the moment you are part of that movement, of that motion, it continues to accelerate, because you are the fuel. You are the gas. Okay, so first thing first, whenever you notice that you started to being consumed by emotion, you notice the state of peace changed. Take a break. Take a mental break. Take a step back, because that stillness will help you to notice, now I see what emotion. And it's not about trying to regulate it, because the moment you try to control it is the moment that you actually input more accelerator into the emotion itself. So instead, you watch it flow until you understand what is happening with the situation. And then when you resume into the action, now the action itself will not be a part of that emotions. But if you try to regulate the emotion, you're going to jump right back in and stir it up again. Imagine like this, I'm upset. I know that I'm upset. And I'm trying to regulate myself not upset by focusing on what I'm upsetting about. But human mind doesn't work that way, because whatever we focus on will get bigger. So if I focus on what make me upset, I get more upset, not less upset. So my point would be, now take a step back. Okay, I'm getting upset. What is happening with me at the moment? Okay, this is a problem at my job, and there are some people who just acting like they don't understand what I'm talking about. Okay, maybe it should be because the way I explain it doesn't make sense to them. Let me lay out differently. Let's see if it works out. So you see that if I turn that into different action, I step out of that motions. And when I step out of that motions, it creates more resolute result. So that's the first one. So the second one about the sitting posture. First of all, don't get caught up with this perfect ideal posture that we have seen, because it's more about your body. Meditation is about finding that balance between awareness and comfort. Too much awareness, it will be tense. Too much comfort, it will be sleeping. So the most of the time, people tend to kind of get lost into wanting to focus on keeping the mind still. But you can't force your mind to stop thinking. That's the deal. You can only slow it down by sit back, wait, watch it until it slows down on its own, which means you need to sit the longest you can. And that requires you to sit as comfortable as you can while remain aware. So it doesn't matter if you sit on the chair, on your couch, on your bed, on the floor, legs down, legs up, point forward, up to you. As long as you can sit there and feel like, I don't have to worry about my body anymore. That's the first part. Secondly, accept that our body has limitation. It doesn't require you to meditate by sitting still completely for 3 hours straight up, because even I move. Human body has limitation, and that is we can't be in the same position for too long. Human tissue will not be able to stand the pressure. So at a certain point, you will notice it. But there's one thing about it. Have you ever enjoyed reading books or watching movie that was so fun that you can just kind of stay with it for a few hours without noticing it, right? The moment our eye capture on something, it tends to withdraw from perceiving the physical sensation. So same thing with the mind, with the meditation. If you really enjoy that kind of time of meditating until you don't really pay attention so much on the body, that's when you actually meditate longer. It's not that you erase the pain. You don't perceive the pain. So the rule is that just ignore it. Tell yourself, if I feel pain, I will adjust, will start again. Come back to where I sit back, relax, and enjoy the meditation. Put it this way. When you go to the cinema, what is your job? What is your task in the cinema? To watch the movie. So you find the best seat, so you can sit back, relax, and watch the movie, right? Are you an actress? No. Are you a director? No. Are you a commentator? No. So shut up and watch the movie. While you remain, sit back, relax, and watch it. Anytime you feel that your seat becoming uncomfortable, you shift, you watch it again. Anytime you got wandering thought, it's like you jump into the screen, become an actress, return to your seat where you can sit back, relax, and watch it.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah.